I can dance. No, this makes sense.
Hi, Renee.
Renee.
Happy Friday.
Pink wave.
Good. Yeah, some content.
Content? We got rules around here
Right.
about that.
We don't want to be too professional or anything. I know. I like this music so much better than that other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome and happy Friday the 13th, everybody.
Oh, it's Friday the 13th.
That's why I sent
It's a
you the
lucky
thing with
day.
Black Cats. It is
It's
a lucky day. It is. Unless
Yeah.
you're a Knights Templar, of course. Do you
Unless
know
you're a
why
what?
Friday the 13th is considered an unlucky day? Do you know the real story behind all that?
It's something to do with people that were doing usury.
No.
The Knights Templar were doing.
1307, October 13th. Friday the 13th, October 1307. Knights Templar. The King of France and the Pope.
Yeah.
I can't remember which Pope it is now. The King of France owed the Knights Templar a lot of money. I mean,
And they charged them with usury and killed them
a
all.
lot of money. And to get out of paying debt, he was very good friends with the Pope. They nursed by the same wedding. They grew up together, so they were buddies. And so
I think that's worse than being tunnel buddies.
this plan. They hatched this plan together so that the Pope would declare the Knights Templar heretics and round them up and jail them. And that's exactly what they did. But they wanted the money because Knights Templar were incredibly wealthy. They actually set up
Because
the
they
very
were
first
users.
banking. No, they weren't
They
users.
were users.
They helped people.
Do you know what do you know what the charge of usury is?
To do with like with money falsifying or
No,
taking
it's charging interest.
taking advantage of it. What it is.
It's charging
Oh.
interest.
Well, that's no. Okay, it has something to do with. I know it has something to do with money, but so what's wrong with
charging
that?
interest on loan. It's a form of stealing.
Yeah, they did do that. Well, that they were providing a service, and so the travelers would go to
yes, and as
they would
a
give people
Christian,
the gold and coin.
yeah.
And they would give them
they
a
would
note.
also.
It was written on code, and so it was meaningless to anybody else. But when they got to the next station, where the next Templar station, they could give them that note. They knew the code, and they would know how much money then that they had left, and they would charge them a fee. Of course, that's a service. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yes, but usury is for loans. Yeah.
Oh,
like
well,
if I borrow $10 off you. If I borrow $10 off you and you want anything more than $10 in return, that's usury.
Yeah.
10,
50. Well, hell, there's nothing wrong with that, though.
Yes, there is.
I don't see a problem with that.
Yeah,
Why?
it's a sin because you're taking advantage of people.
No, it's not a sin.
Yeah,
It is not a sin. There's nowhere in the
it's literally forbidden in Christianity. It's literally forbidden. It's what Jesus was lashing the rabbis for on the Temple Mount.
The Ten Commandments?
The Ten Commandments. It's exactly money changing is what Jesus lashed the rabbis for on the Temple Mount.
That's because they were doing it at the temple. The money changers when you open the table. You need to read your Bible.
It's not because they were doing it at the temple. It's because they were doing it. Period.
Yes, it's because they were doing it at the temple. It was business as usual anywhere else. He said, "No, you do not do this in my Father's house." He was pissed off. They were doing it on holy ground.
But it's definitely because they were doing it. Period. I'm telling you this, but this is a discussion for another time.
Anyway,
nonetheless,
back to the Knights Templar. So they were not brought up on charges of usury. They were brought up on charges of heresy, which was false.
Because of their usury.
They then tortured them to extract confessions, and when you're in enough pain, you'll admit to anything, Yeah. So then they burned them.
When you get tied to a chair, your testicles are crushed. You're fed grain alcohol for 3 days straight. Your wife and daughter get gang raped. You would all confess to killing 20 million Jews.
Well,
sure. That was a different thing. That was the Nuremberg trial.
So now somebody tipped them off, though, because as they stormed through all the complex, they did not find any gold. They did not find any money. And the night before this happened, witnesses talked about three ships that had left the docks, and that was them. From there they went to Scotland with the treasure, and then from Scotland, presumably, they came over here to the Americas, and that is what is going on at Oak Island. That's
one of the claims. There's no actual evidence.
And there is some evidence. Yes, there is a rock that was carved, but you can't see it now because the water level has come up. But they showed this on the very beginning of the show of Oak Island. They had all kinds of stuff, and they actually went over.
Yes, but anyone could have carved that at any time over the last. No.
But a forensic geologist can tell you if something's been forged recently or if it is, and that's where Scott Walter comes in. He is a forensic geologist.
Okay.
He authenticated. Anyway.
Yeah.
You want to. Anyway, so the thing is, Jacques de Molay was the Grand Master at the time.
She has her own show for this stuff. You know that, right? Out there, if you're watching this, Raven has her own show for this.
This is going to lead into something about the writing. If you'll just quit interrupting me long enough to get it all out.
Whoa! I clearly said in the chat for your show the other day to always neg Raven. This is part of that negging. We have rules around here, like I keep telling you.
Point duly noted. Okay. So, all right. Jacques de Molay, the Grand Master of the Knights Templar, he stayed behind and allowed himself to be, arrested and imprisoned. When they took him to the pyre to burn him at the stake, he placed a curse upon King Philip and the Pope. And he said that within a year, you both will be dead for doing this to me. And they were. The curse came true.
Apparently, I can star chats now. Okay. We need to interrupt and congratulate Renee for writing 525 words. Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Okay. Well, I came across this thing on Pinterest, and Renee, I'm going to send you a link to this Pinterest board that I've been compiling on for probably maybe a year now or more.
Something magic.
They're all writing magic. It's called Writing Magic because I've got everything something with instant magic. Anyway, today I came across this little booklet that this woman is selling. Her name, to give her credit, is Angela
Lansbury.
I can't read my writing right here. Angela. I wrote it so small. I'm so embarrassed. Oh my god.
We'll go with Lansbury for now, but it's
Boone.
not that.
It's Boone. Oh, B-O.
Boone. Okay.
Okay, I think it's anyway. Okay, so the
Angela Lansbury is so much funnier. Do
oh
you
god,
know who
I
Angela
can't believe I
Lansbury?
did that. It's so crazy. Okay, well that's what you get for writing with a Sharpie marker. It bleeds all together. Anyway,
Yeah.
so she's written this little
You
book
need to
on
invest in one of these.
what are those?
It's called a pencil.
Oh no, I hate that. No. Oh, good. She's writing a comedy historical fiction. Love it.
Cool.
Okay. Well, this is kind of ties in with this. That actually ties in with this. Okay, so her booklet is called "How to Write Even Though You Think You Can't," and it's 21 easy exercises. So I was looking through this, and it's one of them that I really thought would be a fun writing prompt to work on. Um,
Hmm. Okay,
is
so
you write she suggested writing a letter to and from a historical figure that is a mentor, that playing the role of a mentor for you. um, some
okay.
other things, if that doesn't excite you at all, she suggested also using just kind of brainstorming writing as therapy to explore a challenge that you might currently have in your life
Okay.
right now,
Yeah.
and just brainstorm that. She said also, if you're in the midst of writing a story, a good exercise to do is to write out a question and answer with your main character.
Hmm.
I really
Hmm.
thought that was a good one.
Yeah. If you're getting stuck and you don't know how they would answer things, is to do those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Um,
And you may discover that there's something that you probably should include in your writing that is a little bit
mhm.
more of a backstory to their personality or their
Yeah.
group of people or family or something, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah. She also suggested, and I thought this was kind of fun too, to go people watching. If you
Yes.
find,
Go people watching.
yeah, I like that.
Become a stalker. You need to find a celebrity and find out where they live. And, oh wait, no, that's something different.
That's kind of creepy, but you know,
Yeah, you go to the Starbucks with a notepad and a pencil or whatever. And
I've got bail money. Call me. You know,
I got bail money
I
calling.
got bail money set aside. Um, Another one that she suggested was to list 3 wishes.
Hmm. Hmm.
So anyway, I thought these were kind of fun. I didn't get all 21 of them because I didn't want to pay. I didn't have the money to buy the booklet or
Yeah,
PDF, but
Raven's poor.
I got all these cats to feed, you know. Hey,
Yeah.
and my booze budget, I got to buy, you know, a 5 gallon barrel of whiskey every week, right? Is that what you said?
Week, day. That's your daily supply.
Oh, yes, that's right. I bathe in it too. You see, yes, it's good for the pores. Um,
That's just the whiskey, not including the
really,
like.
officer, I've not been drinking. I just like to soak in a barrel of whiskey with some bubbles. Really,
Yeah, yeah. The bubbles are the whiskey.
I'm Irish. We're weird, okay? Um,
After she drinks about 2/3 of the
I drink my
barrel,
bath water.
she gets in that barrel. She drinks about 2/3 of it, and she fills the rest up with Heineken. That's where the bubbles come from.
That's funny. That is funny. Okay. So, did you like any of those suggestions, or have you tried any of these
Um,
methods?
I personally have not had a need for that kind of like exercise.
Mm,
But
mm,
if you need them, if you need that, if you're stuck in a rut and you want to continue a story, those are where those kind of exercises are supposed to come in usefulness. Um,
mm.
like it's what works for you works for you. What doesn't work for you, do something else, right? And it's that kind of thing. I haven't hit a point where the things that are working for me aren't working for me, so I haven't needed to try things that I need to get things working. Words. You figure it out.
I got the idea as I was going over this list of excuse me, with the whole bit with the Knights Templar I posted on Facebook and stuff about Friday the 13th. Um, one of
Yeah.
the people from that Oak Island had went over and actually got took the cameras with them into a cell that actually held some of those Knights Templars and showed you the graffiti on the walls. And I kind of had a thought of like writing a story about being a prisoner in that
What was
environment.
the island they held again? Like they weren't the Knights of Malta.
The
The
Knights of Malta um, are related. I mean, they're kind of an offshoot, loosely affiliated with the Knights Templar, and then they also have ties to the Red Cross. The Knights of Malta kind of morphed into the Red Cross when they went into Switzerland.
okay. I don't remember. It was not my time period. I'm a true man. I only think of Rome.
Which spans an awfully long period of time. So, I mean, you kind of can get.
No, 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 not specifically. Vaguely.
Oh,
Think
okay.
of Rome in a
So
vague
you don't
sense.
have beginning, middle, or end of the empire? The
No,
preference there?
it's
Or,
just hey, it's Rome. Rome.
that would have been a crazy time um, I mean, they were hated. They were absolutely hated. But they brought all kinds of wonderful things to trade. They paved all these roads, and so then their trade, you know, really grew exponentially. And so you could get spices and things that you didn't even know ever existed before. So there
I,
was kind of a payoff there.
I
Bathing
love
became more
the
popular.
okay.
Public baths.
Wow.
You probably just like it for the public baths, don't you?
No, because they weren't they were not unisex
Yeah, they weren't
baths.
co-ed. No.
No, they weren't cut. That's the word I was looking for.
But you got to see
Um,
nudity, so
you're wrong kind of nudity, bro.
well, it's all kind of open air. It wasn't like they weren't that segregated.
Okay, 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 okay. Do you know the story of Roman silk?
I don't think so.
You know how silk is made, right?
Yes, the little worms,
Yeah,
silkworms.
yeah. The silkworms, they make the cocoon and then they boil the cocoon before they hatch, so they can harvest the cocoon, and the cocoon is spun out to make silk.
Oh
But
wait,
there's
does it come out the end of the actual worm?
no, no,
Oh, it's from the encasement.
yeah, and they have to get it before it hatches or it hardens.
Oh, I didn't
So,
know that.
so yeah. Now the silkworm is a specific type of worm that was only indigenous to
China.
that one part, right?
Yeah.
Um, and the Chinese would weave the silk into fancy patterns with
Oh yeah.
the yeah. So the Romans would import these cloths, these silk cloths with all these fancy weaves that they were dyed and then weaved into to nice.
Yeah, they were called the Silk Roads.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Reading
So
routes. Yeah.
so the thing is, Romans like solid colors, specifically red.
Yeah.
So they would get this fabric, the silk fabric, in, and then they would carefully unweave the whole thing.
Oh really? Oh
Yes.
wow.
So they could parse out the different colors and then reweave just like a red or a black or whatever, right? Which is fine. But then there was a lucrative trade sending solid colored silk back to China. Because they're like, these guys just make them in one color? That's freaking awesome. Let's buy it off of them. And they convinced the Chinese that they also had silkworms.
Oh
to
my
drive the prices down for the original.
That's funny. Oh
Yeah.
my God. What emperor
Oh,
was that? Do you remember?
I do not remember.
Oh,
It was
that's genius.
where I learned this wasn't really giving a shit of who was in charge at the time because it
I was
was
just
a
wondering if it
fabric
was like
course, not a.
Caesar or somebody's idea. That
Uh,
is ingenious, though.
no,
Wow.
no, it was a merchant thing. It
I know
wasn't like
that if you were caught trying to smuggle a silkworm out of the country, you were put to death over that.
yeah, because it was a vital trade, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
But that's wild. I
yeah,
did not know it came from the cocoon. I thought it came from the actual worm itself.
yeah.
Huh.
Well, that was the thing, right? Because they spread that rumor because the process is like very fiddly. So if you don't actually know the process, there's no way you're going to be able to like piece it out. So the more what they call FUD, fake information, right, that you can throw around the subject, the more confusing it gets. There was actually this really good movie called Silk, starring Keira Knightley, uh, where the whole like the guy was an English guy was trying to go and get a silkworm.
I think
Yeah,
this sounds familiar. I think I've seen
yeah,
this.
and
Yeah.
he ends up falling in love with this like girl in that area, and then he comes home and he has sex with his wife, and she knows something's up. Yeah, yeah.
Wasn't Marco Polo was one of the very first Westerners to ever go to China, and he followed the Silk Roads,
Well,
and he got there and spent some time with the emperor.
Rome is a Western country.
Yeah, I
No,
know. I don't think
Marco Polo went on an expedition to, I want to say, Japan, and he
oh,
got stuck there for a while. Maybe it was China,
okay.
but he, he, he was he was on a trade expedition because trade expeditions back then took a lot longer,
Right.
right? So you'd go somewhere, hang out for like 3 to 6 months, buying and selling and seeing what was available for
Didn't,
your
didn't
interest.
this might have been a fiction story, or this might be him. Did his brother and father sell him out
I have no
and
idea.
leave him there?
That could have been why he was there for so long.
Yeah, I think they did. I think they sold him, or they
They tricked him.
yeah, and it had something to do with the silkworms in
Yeah,
the
maybe.
movie. I don't know how true the
I,
movie was.
I don't know. I'd have to look that, but
Just curious.
but yeah, usually they would have somebody that would be there, like making contacts, like an interest would be a shipping house or something like that, right? Would have their person, they'd go there, make contacts of what could be bought and sold, and then when the caravans would come, they would give the stuff to that person because they would be because there was no phones or even postal
Right,
services, right?
right.
So you'd have to have somebody that knew what the f they were talking about, and who would be best to sell things to and buy things from,
He
and
was
what could be.
their ransom. Now it's coming back to me.
Yeah,
They would ransom people, and then if
that would
you
happen.
messed up, then that person would be put to death, and that kept the other people in line.
Yeah, that kind of stuff happened a lot.
Yeah.
But that was his time in China, Japan. I don't remember what country it was.
I believe it was China. I don't think he got
Okay,
as far as Japan, but
but that was way before the whole North America thing, right? So
oh yeah, I didn't know he went to America. Marco Polo went to America.
was that Marco? Am I thinking of somebody else?
I think you're thinking of somebody else. Marco
I
Polo,
I could be conflating two different people.
yeah, maybe
I'm thinking, what the fuck?
because
Marco
Christopher
Polo?
Columbus was the first
That,
really recognized
yeah, I was
Europeans to
thinking.
go there, even though the Vikings were there long before that, and so was
Yeah,
the Templar.
there was the Viking colony, but it was lost to history. Like
Um,
the
yes,
reason
it's what?
the reason why none of us were taught about the Viking Vinland is because it was lost to history for a long time. That means the records were like
The
it
Eddas
had be well, it was just it wasn't hidden. It was just people forgot about it. You know,
called it Vineland.
Vineland, yeah, Vinland.
Um, and
And then we found that, and the archaeology was going on, and that was in the
I remember
'70s
that.
or whatever.
Yeah, they.
Uh,
Yeah,
and then it's just like we're all taught from textbooks that are 30 years old in school.
well, yeah,
So,
they're heavily edited, and
well, they're not edited. It's just that
they are
they're they breeze over subjects,
a
right?
lot of stuff.
Because
So
they're not like grade school textbooks aren't specialty textbooks. They're generality textbooks. And
my
you got to note that difference because you could be conflating things uh, in ill intent when you do that, right? Now, will I say that the textbooks skim over too much for ideological reasons? Probably, but at the same time, they're also like all out of date textbooks and shit like that because
yeah, they don't update things very fast, but in academia with new discoveries and new stuff. But
well,
Christopher
it's
Columbus,
not even that. It's like the when I was in grade school in the '90s, the textbook I had was from the early '80s.
old
Yeah, and I'm talking like I entered high school in the mid to late '90s.
God, I was in grade school in the 70s. Holy shit.
Yes, and your textbooks were probably from the fucking '50s.
No, no, they weren't. In fact, we got to keep our textbooks at the end of the year.
Okay,
I was in a private, I was in a Catholic school for 6 years, and those history books were more informative from that time than going
they
into
are after that because also you got to. It depends on where you are, but like here, they had stopped doing the you keep your textbook thing. It was like the class property. So
They were
like
constantly updating books though, and then I noticed they didn't do that for the rest of my junior, junior high or high school. But I want to
yeah,
say something about Christopher Columbus that most people don't know. That's interesting. Christopher Columbus married his wife. He married a girl uh, who was related to the Grand Master of the Knights Templar, who had the maps. Christopher Columbus knew for sure that the Americans were. He
that's a
didn't
rumor.
discover it. No, it isn't.
That there is one of those just so stories. There was no actual evidence of that. Maybe she was related to the guy, but the whole map thing, that's one of those
Yeah,
that's
map
one of
thing.
those
The Templars were excellent map makers. They
they say
kept
that.
very,
Well,
very
that's
astute
so
records of everything. So on. Yeah, yeah. So he knew.
okay.
That's why he was probably why he was flying the Templar flag on the ships so that the Native Americans would associate him with them and not kill them upon landing on the shore.
No, the Red Cross thing was a pretty common thing from Spain. Yeah.
Could be, could have served
This,
a double purpose. I don't know. But anyway, Marco Polo. This that I did not know that about Rome. That was interesting.
what?
He also wrote about um, when he was coming back from the Silk Road from China. He ran
Mhm,
into in India a
mhm.
breed of humans that were not totally human. They were called the Cenocephali. It's the
This is
dog-headed. This is where your dog-headed people they come.
yeah,
Yeah, I did.
yeah. This is not true.
Now, if it is because there are church
This is not
drawings.
true.
Well, it's a look. The Catholic Church has portraits of this Saint Christopher with a dog head that go way, way back.
Yeah, but he didn't actually have a dog head.
Yes, he did. Yes,
No,
he did. And this whole race, and there are documents, ancient documents of the kings of India stating the records of how many arrows they traded for this many pounds of herbs. and
Yeah,
there are all these documents with these people, and
no,
there's
Raven. It's somebody calling somebody else freaking ugly.
no, because they have it. They even talked about the type of clothing they wore. They lived high up in the mountains, and they grew herbs and medicinal things that they needed, and so they would trade for weapons. They had hands. They had 5 digits that you can, very human hands, but they
I
were
don't
very
think you heard
great.
what I said.
I'm
They were
telling you,
calling them ugly.
they might have been ugly,
Yeah, and
and it was through a miracle of God that eventually Saint
they
Christopher
they weren't all eaten.
was allowed to talk because they did not have uh, whatever it allows you to talk. They talked in yips and growls, and their language
I think
is
there's some racism going here on
no,
here.
no. And they said even, I mean, it's very detailed, um, that they could understand
I'm not
language.
opposed to
They could
racism.
not
I think
communicate like
racism
that.
is funny, but I still think there's some racism going on here.
Anyway, there's
But
several different sources for this race of people called the Senocephalite. Now they weren't
okay,
this like today. They talk about a dog man, and it's this really scary, horrible thing that seems to have harm and harmful intentions towards humanity, and so on and so forth, and doesn't like Sasquatch, and they fight. I guess Sasquatches rescue
what?
campers. I don't know if any of that is true, but I know the Cynocephali, there's really compelling historical evidence for them.
Well,
And why would the church paint Saint Christopher with a dog head if he didn't have one? Tell me that.
because freaking politics in the church is more stupid than politics anywhere else.
Okay, the medallion for Saint Christopher shows him with Christ as a child on his shoulder crossing the waters. And that's why he's the patron saint of travelers. The story behind that, and they show him with a regular human features, not the dog head on the
Yeah,
medallion. The reason why he's the patron saint of travelers is because when he decided to become part of the church and he wanted to serve the church and converted to Catholicism and the whole bit, he went to live with a monk, and this monk was positioned next to this river that was it was close to the tides. It would rise and fall dramatically throughout the day through the cycles. The villagers, if they didn't get there at the right time, then could not cross that river. Um,
yeah,
St. Christopher, though, was really large. He was like an 8 foot, 8 foot individual. He was big. He would, as part of his
that's pretty large.
devotion,
8 feet.
huh?
8 feet. Seven's probably likely. There are a lot of people
Seven,
that can
eight
get to
feet.
7 feet.
Um,
I doubt 8 feet,
big, but he was taller than your average human. Um,
which would be seven.
Part of
Seven
his
feet.
devotion to God was to help these people get across this river safely, and
Yeah.
that's what he did. And so he earned his speech, and a miraculous event happened sometime thereafter, after he had done this for a while he's studying with the monk, and then woke up one morning and he was able to speak then.
Okay.
Yeah,
He probably had laryngitis.
maybe he had laryngitis, I don't know, but that's where that comes from. So
Yeah.
why would the church make all that up, and
Because
portraits of him?
fancy stories like that impress dumb people, Raven.
Well, the thing is, they would have to be in cahoots with the people of India, with the royalty of India, then, because the royalty of India have all these records of the Senocephali that they traded with, and they were allies with.
Or they could have just found those records and say, "Hey, look, this is something we could
Why would the
play off
church?
of."
They wouldn't have anything to do with them. And the thing is, at the time, Marco Polo was the only Westerner European that went that far.
No, there were other people, Raven.
After him, yes,
Well, even
but
before him.
no, not that lived to tell about it. At least, whatever. Anyway,
He's just very popular because he's got a freaking name that people can remember.
it's only because that child came Marco Polo.
Yeah, that probably came later. Uh,
I think that you just pull this information out of your ass just to argue with me, don't you?
I think you
You
pull this information out of loony bins.
no, I don't. I don't. I'm gonna look
Also,
up.
yeah, I no looking up anything. We're doing one of those things now.
Yeah. Well, he lived from 1254 AD. That's pretty early on.
Yeah,
Yeah. Kublai Khan. That's who's yeah,
Kubla
China.
Khan.
The Silk Road. Yes, he was known for his 24-year-long journey along the Silk Road to China, where
Yeah.
he served the court of Kublai Khan. He was
Kubla
from
Khan.
Venice.
Okay,
Huh?
this thing shows these over here. No, not what the hell, man. I pay for this to look a certain way. I don't pay for this at all, but still, you know what I mean.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Okay. Unless you want to go back to the really small down here at the bottom, I'm okay with that.
I don't care. I don't care. Either way, it's fine with me.
We'll do some. Ra- Ra- Raven's gonna write to her pen pal in imaginary land.
Oh, that reminds me of something. I'll tell you later.
Okay, we'll
Remind
gonna.
say pen pal to me later and after this, and I'll sleep. And
I'll forget.
that's what it was I was trying to remember that I wanted to tell you about.
Okay,
You'll love it. Okay.
I'm gonna mute us now, and then
Yes.
we'll hit the timer. Mhm. This- Wow. We're just waiting on Raven to finish her
Go ahead.
sentence.
Um,
No, 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 no. We're in no hurry here.
so finish the sentence.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
No, I was just saying that to the audience because the alarm went off. Uh, this would help you develop characters. Yes, Renee, those exercises from earlier would help you develop characters. If you need them, I like to find the characters while I'm writing them, and then go through on my first edit, my first pass, and remove anything that was inappropriate to how I feel they should have been at the end of the story. Which is something you're allowed to do because you don't have to make public your first version. And that is Raven's phone going off, telling her that she is
I
wanted by scam callers or something. Would you like to have your ducting and air conditioning refitted? That's the most common one I get,
oh really,
which is like
really.
odd because I live in an apartment building. It was like, yeah, sure. Just send us a Facebook gift card. No legitimate business ever asks you for a Facebook gift card. Not even or Amazon gift card. Not even Amazon. Just saying.
um,
This is my last Pepsi, and I've been trying to save it.
I'm almost done. I got two more words here. Okay. Yeah, here. Okay.
Let's see if I
There
can
we
get
go.
it into
Now,
that pot.
so I I had a huge meltdown with my phone yesterday. There was
Yeah.
a conversation that I was trying to just, it was just something I didn't need to keep, and somehow I have no idea how this happened. It was just a weird glitch. It started to erase every text message from every person that I've ever got.
You hit the wrong command.
Yeah. Well, as this thing's going through, and I'm going, stop, I'm screaming at it and I'm pressing, there's nowhere to press to stop it. So I shut it off and
Yep.
waited for a
Don't
little
do it.
bit. I came back to it and too late. It had deleted everything except one text that was from my dad from like 2022, February of 2022, that just said, give me a call when you get a minute. Isn't that weird? So, and then I figured out, it took me a while, but I did figure out how to get to the trash and then start um, putting back in, or what do they say? What is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
moving them back to the right folder.
Yeah, but I tell you what, it was really interesting though. There were texts on there. See, I got this phone like in 2016 or 2017, and there were conversations and people that I had to sit there and think for a moment, who is this, and then try to determine who they were. And it was like I, just went through, relived multiple aspects of my life for the last 10 years. It's
That
like
that
that.
that you don't remember because you were too busy drinking all the time and making the
No,
ayahuasca.
no, no,
You
no,
know,
no, no,
friendships that ayahuasca stole from Raven.
no, 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 no. No, but there's some funny
Uh,
pictures that I missed the first time around too. It's kind of interesting, but I didn't know the phone could even do that, and I'm like, I couldn't have done that if you had paid me money to figure out how to erase all of my text messages and delete them off this phone. You know, it's one of those things. It was like, oh my god, it took me 3.5 hours to get everything reestablished.
this is
Three
what
hours of my life wasted on this damn thing. Oh my god, I was so livid.
this is what happens when you don't learn about the things you own, or at least use a Google
Oh,
search.
aren't you just a little freaking smartass? You know, sometimes I just wish I could reach across there and slap you.
Yeah,
You
it's
got
all the
some little.
violence. Look at all this.
Yeah.
Look at all this irrational violence and hatred coming from Raven.
Oh, yeah. Total frustration because you have no idea how frustrated I was. I was in tears. I was so mad.
Yeah,
And I had other
it
things.
was probably just like a 20-second freaking task too.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel. I've had the same kind of problems. Not that
Well,
specific one, but
technology just frustrates me anyway. And
you finally figure out what you got to do, and it's just like press this one button once.
yeah.
Really, really. That's all I had to do the whole time. Really, you would really.
One thing I did get done that you've been harping at me to get done is downloading a bunch of radio shows so they can be uploaded to YouTube. And I've got like 7 or 8 of them done now. Be uploaded.
Cool.
And I took a video on my phone of my show Wednesday. I don't think I'm going to let anyone see it. I don't think it will see the light of day. But I did figure out how to get it, how to do it on my phone and how to set it up over here. So it's like from the side. It's just me, and you can hear the producing, you hear everything, you know, all that through the computer. So I didn't have to set up a mic or anything. And
Ah,
I don't know if I like this whole video thing. I can't even watch some of the shows we do. Go back and watch it. I can't, because I'm like, oh my god, I'm sitting there nitpicking myself apart. And you know, if they would have had this, you know, 20, 30 years ago, it'd been great, you know. But coming into
don't.
at this late stage of life is just kind of just, yeah, it's harder for a woman than it is a man, you know. And the
Yeah,
whole criticism, biases, and all that kind of stuff, and just the, you know, just an awareness of the trolls and how mean and horrible people can be. Luckily, I've not had that yet, and I hope not to. But it's
what
probably,
do you mean? I'm right here.
well, other than you, yeah, making me feel old and while watching.
Decrepit. Yeah. Look. This how you know I'm old. Oh yeah, like a Ferengi. My thick
Rangy.
earwax. I use this thing. Yeah, just make sure. Hope that wasn't the toothpick one.
You yeah,
Oh,
you guys have it a lot. You know, when it comes to that sort of thing, it's a lot easier for you.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. The trick is to not give a shit.
Yeah, I'm working on that. I really am. I'm getting better.
No, you're not. Don't
Yeah,
lie.
I can see an improvement. Yeah, I am getting better.
Yeah. I think you're fibbing. So I got maybe like 50 words done. Maybe.
I got a page done, so
Yeah.
somewhere around 50 to 75, I'm guessing. I don't
Yeah.
know.
You gotta start putting them onto create one of
Yeah, I'll get
those.
around to that. I need to
Yeah.
get another computer because I tell you what, just uploading those shows, my computer's so slow now. Because it took up a lot of memory. I
Yeah.
cleared everything,
Well,
and it's like,
the memory is not like the same as it's different types of memory, right? The memory you can't put stuff onto is the RAM. That's the memory that you need to worry about. Like the random access memory. That's what that stands for.
mhm.
Uh, you don't store things on that. That's what generates how fast your computer is going.
Right.
And
So
that's
yeah.
why like you got like a Lenovo Chromebook or whatever.
It's not a Chromebook, but it is a Lenovo. It's a ThinkPad. And
Okay,
I've
this
got an
is
external hard
same.
drive, but I just don't know how to use it properly. And I'm afraid Nathan helps me transfer a bunch of files a year ago or so. And I'm afraid I'm going to screw something up if I don't have somebody to hold my hand through it. And I
Okay,
don't
no,
use it
no,
all.
it's a drag and drop thing. The thing is, you got to make sure it's on there because what happens is you hook the external hard drive up, right? And then you like here, I'll
It
uh,
hasn't had any power run to it for over a year. It's been in a
it
drawer.
doesn't matter. It doesn't
Okay,
matter.
good. Thank God.
Um, so
Because the
here,
Dropbox, I've got a problem with Dropbox, and I think I've lost all my stuff from 2017 to just recently. I mean, I'm
yeah,
just sick over it.
probably. If you can't
And see, I uploaded everything to my computer, but both those two computers are. I'd have to have somebody
toast,
take the hard drive and see if they could get them off the hard drive. And
yeah,
see,
I'd have no idea how to do that with a laptop.
yeah.
But what is this?
Anyway, so yeah, I've got a lot of writing on there too. I have um,
What the
some
hell?
stuff that I did. Yeah, back in I started writing again, really, like in 2008 or so, right around the time I moved here to Illinois. And I was writing like short stories and stuff like that, and I put them all in this computer. And now that computer is and I don't have that stuff, so that's why I'm so adamant about putting it here on paper where I've got a
Well,
copy.
that's why I say you have that account with Reedsy, right? That's their
But
servers. It's not local
if the
computer.
grid goes down or something, your work is gone.
Yeah, yeah.
We get hit with a well, solar. Anything can happen. In this day and age, the way things are, anything goes. Really,
Yeah,
life has gotten so crazy. There's no
yeah,
assurity
yeah.
of
But
anything.
that kind of stuff is like, trust me, if that level of takedown happens, you're more worried about whether or not you're going to go to cannibalism today or tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
Not
well that's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
That's true. I'm not going to be worried about my story as much. I'm going to be worried about protecting my cats and myself.
No, you're going to be like, I'm going to have to take up Justin's advice and eat the evil one first.
You're terrible.
Okay,
You're terrible.
so I think this should be
What was
saved
that?
here.
Oh, they wanted me to tell you they're glad that you don't live anywhere close.
Okay, so because I would definitely. So you got like this is just a folder I have right for a book series. This is the wrong one. Okay, so you see right here where it says this PC,
Yeah.
right, and then I've got this phone, the one that I use for my camera, which is my mom's old phone. She
Mm-hmm.
upgraded and I use it, so because it's plugged in, I can access. I can click on it, and this is all the like the phone. I can go in here. This is the files, for the phone. So, and then underneath it, it says local disk drive C, local
Mm-hmm.
disk C. This is the solid state drive. It's always C for the first one. Then I've got E for my media, and then I've got J for like new volume because I didn't name it. That's what they're auto named new volume when you plug them in, and then you can assign a letter. Um, so these are three hard drives here, and then I've got the cell phone plugged in. So when you plug the external drive, it'll pop up right like this cell phone is. It'll come into this space.
Mm-hmm.
It might look like a
You have
drive or
three
whatever.
drives. Yeah.
I have three of them. Yes,
Don't most computers just have two?
they have one.
C drive. I've seen C
Yeah,
drive.
it's always like C drive because the C is like computer or whatever, right? So C
Oh.
is like number one. It's just a weird computer thing, and then you can assign. You can have the entire alphabet of drives connected to your computer.
Oh, okay.
So you just plug the external one in. It has like a USB connection, right? Um, and then you just take your folder and you just drop it on top, and it'll go into wherever, right? So you just take whatever you have. Like, so if I open movies here, this is the C drive. I don't have movies on the C drive. And you just drag them on top of the thing, and it will just copy. It won't move it. It will copy it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So once it's copied, you check to see if it's actually there by going to the external drive, clicking on it, and trying to play it. And if it plays, good. If it doesn't play, something went wrong. Yeah, and then
Okay.
then once you verified it's actually working over there, you go to the original one on wherever it is on your C drive, and you delete it, so it's not taking up room on your C drive anymore.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, just make sure you delete it in the right place and not the you know.
So I'm curious about something here in the chat room to Renee. So she's writing a historical fiction. It's a comedy. So can you
Yeah.
give us any hints as to who or what time or what give us some hints, give us some little teasers here about what your story is about. I'd love that if you don't mind sharing in
Yeah.
the chat.
Now, historical fiction doesn't actually have to have real people in it. It's just in the past.
Well, yeah.
You can make up like, you know, and a comedy is just funny things happen.
Well, yeah, I know what a comedy is, Justin.
I don't know. I don't know, Raven. I don't know what you
Let's
know.
not joke around. Come on, dear God.
I don't know what you know. I'm not.
No,
I'm
you
not a
don't.
psychic.
You don't. That's why you should listen and learn. You might learn something if you weren't too busy trying to debunk everything I say.
I don't need to debunk everything you
Today's
say. I just
Friday. You want to argue about that and tell me it's Thursday or Saturday? Might as
not
well.
today is Wednesday.
See what I mean? See? Like a-
I don't believe you. I think it's Monday.
Oh, you're funny.
Oh,
You are funny.
it is in 1930. Okay,
So,
it's set in the 1930s,
oh,
and
cool.
that's all she's got so far. I don't blame you. It's an
Okay,
interesting
so
time.
tell us about your story here while we're waiting on in the chat from here. Fictional characters. Okay, set in 1930. What are you doing?
Me, I've been working on that car paw story, Meow of Destiny.
Oh, okay.
Meow of Destiny. Meow. Destiny.
Meow. Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. So,
Mhm.
I'll wait until it's a little more further along, and then I'll let you be the first one to read it. You gotta do it quickly though, Raven. I need it back the same day.
I can do that. I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll send it to you on a Monday. And tell me what you think on a Friday or whatever.
Okay. I think I might. That sounds exciting. When I should probably get done with this one, or I'm going to end up by the end of the month having 10 different stories going here. But I really am excited about this, historical fiction.
Yeah, yeah,
I don't know. Thinking about I've always been fascinated with the Templars. I've always thought that was really cool.
yeah. Well, you can
But,
you can bounce back and forth between two different stories. Like I got my Chad Galactic story that I'm working on. That's the
mhm.
one with the
Chad
space.
Galactic, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I've got a few other things I keep poking at every now and then, um, because your brain will fart on something, and it's better to like, okay, if I can't think of anything here, I'll just go over there.
Go over to yeah.
Yeah,
That's
and
just
then
it's really not uncommon for somebody to have two or three different ones going at the same time.
some people can't do it. Some people need to do it. It's,
Mhm.
it's whatever works for you. But I have that template that I sent you, and we were
Hmm.
looking at it last week. We can probably look at more of it if you want.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, we did section one. We should probably do section two or part
yeah,
B or whatever.
yeah. But yeah, just take that, lay it out somewhere, right? Like write it out in your notes. Just the not the scene ideas or whatever, just the 5 blocks, and take your scene that you wrote and just like write a uh one sentence explainer of what that scene is, and just put it in the block where you think it would best fit.
Hmm.
um and like you're not setting the stone in that. If you think it needs to be moved up or back or whatever, once you've got more ideas, because you got that idea where the woman is going to meet that guy, right?
Hmm.
That could be the same. What was the other scene you wrote? The first one you shared.
Oh, okay. So it was the same girl at home looking up a recipe in her grandmother's grimoire uh,
Okay.
for a client.
So
Yeah, and it'll tie in with this other one because this is an author, the gentleman
yeah,
she's went to go see, and
yeah. But like you need to come up with some sort of like antagonistic force.
oh, there is going to be one. I just haven't got there yet. It's just
Yeah.
not sure how it's
Yeah.
going to. Yeah, there's going to be like a great, underground evil working as there always is. You
Yeah.
know, uh, victimizing people in the magical and occult um,
Community.
community. Yeah, yeah.
No, no, you gotta say it properly. Community.
Community, community
Community.
centered around this bookstore that is owned by this Oriental man, like we had talked about.
Yeah. Oriental.
I've got him yet to introduce to
Yeah.
this.
You should make it like it's like a Scooby Doo at the end. Pulls the mask off, and it's not it's not like a Chinese guy. It's like an Italian or
Yeah, yeah. He's got a coffee shop, so that would be perfect either way.
no. In that case, it has to be he's a gypsy. He's Roma. He's Roma. Guy used the right.
That's an espresso. That's an espresso machine. And on Wednesday they have spaghetti
And the meatball
and a
from
meatball.
Sweden.
Meatball.
He just like turns aside and
Speaking
goes,
of
from a
Sweden,
Sweden.
yes. Oh my gosh, I tasted the best vodka ever tonight when I went to the liquor store. Okay, to get my cigarettes. They have tasting on Fridays, and I'm walking past these two ladies, nicely dressed, standing there in front of this little thing. They have these little, shot glasses of this vodka, and it's from there, and it is. I mean, there is no bitterness, no aftertaste, no, you know, when you don't have anything to like
that is not
with
vodka.
or chase it down. I mean, it is so smooth and so clean on the palate, and it's called Truman. And that's what I was trying to remember that I wanted to tell you about because I know you're a vodka drinker. Yeah.
Yeah, no. If you aren't wanting to cut your own throat after taking a shot of vodka, it's not vodka.
It is vodka. And it's
No,
damn good.
self harm is wrong.
Anyway, look for it. It's a little pricey, but I'm sure they still did something other than a fifth. The fifth is
Uh,
around $50, but wow, is it really good? I mean, that's something you could just sit there and I could have a Manhattan out of that or something without having to have a bunch of mixers and other stuff to kill the bite to it. It has no bite. It's really good.
Truman.
Truman, yeah. It's from not from Sweden. It's from Austria. I'm sorry. It's from Austria.
Austria?
Austria. Yeah.
Austria.
And it's a clear bottle with red letters. Red,
Are you sure
but
about that?
yeah, I even went back a second time to make sure I had the name right and got a good look at the bottle.
Oh, they make it tequila as well.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, and it's blue letters.
I love that they have tasting there on Fridays. I'm going to go buy my cigarettes there every Friday. Yeah,
uh,
awesome. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you. But um,
vodka.
so this with in lieu of Valentine's Day, maybe that's why I was just so getting into the kind of the
Oh
setting
yeah,
up
that's
the
tomorrow.
relationship. Yeah. Oh my God, I got the greatest story for you. Renee's already heard this, but this
Now,
is the
I'm
best.
saying
This
if
is
you
the
can if you can crank out a sleazy romance in the next 24 hours,
best. Not
tomorrow's a great day to launch that.
that is true, but yeah, not likely. This cracks me up. This is the funniest damn thing I think I've read in a long time. This woman, absolute genius, very creative. Okay, so let me pull the story up here. I got to get to my bookmarks. Absolutely hysterical. So
I've
there's
got
this.
I've got to have ChatGPT finish a story I've written for me in the next 24 minutes for publication tomorrow. You were
Oh,
saying.
oh, oh. Okay, let me get down here. So
I just remembered that it was.
let's see
I'm going to be in trouble tomorrow. That's all I know.
here. Okay, but okay, I gotta go to bookmark. New folder. No, it's not new folder.
Uh,
No, how do I? Oh, here we made. Aha,
yeah.
there it is. There's
Also, remember to name your folders.
yeah. I couldn't remember if I put it in.
Is it new folder in brackets 1, new folder in brackets 2,
Yeah,
new folder in brackets
I got it.
7?
I got it now. This is absolutely hysterical. What won't somebody do? What links will someone go to for love? Okay, so this is true
2 out
story.
of 3 ain't bad.
No, Indian woman stages supernatural snake transformation to thwart an arranged marriage. Okay. An Indian woman desperate to avoid an arranged marriage found her way out of the unwanted nuptials by staging a supernatural snake transformation that sparked panic in her village and allowed her to escape into the night with her true love. If that's not a Romeo and Juliet, what is there, right? I love it. The bizarre case, likened by some media outlets to the plot of a Bollywood movie, reportedly began when the bride to be went to sleep on Sunday night at her family's home in the community of a name I cannot pronounce. Upon entering the young woman's room the following morning, her mother was astonished to discover that she was nowhere to be found, and on her bed were some clothes, her jewelry, and, eeriest of all, a 5 foot long snake skin. Yes. Okay, when word of this weird turn of events reached residents of the community, there was widespread speculation that the woman's disappearance was a supernatural event in nature. Specifically, many suspected that the missing 23-year-old had become okay, I gotta hold on a second.
Gucci gotcha.
He had become a it it's Chahari Nagin, or wishful serpent, which is a mythical shape-shifting creature in Indian folklore that is said to be able to transform from a snake into a human and back again at will. Believers in this fantastic theory flocked to the family's home to offer prayers of protection against whatever sinister supernatural situation, say that 3 times fast,
Sinister
uh,
supernatural situations. Sinister supernatural
that
situations.
might have
Sinister
befallen
supernatural
them.
situations.
However, when police got
Chicks.
involved, the fantastic tale fell apart in short order. Cops investigating the case soon determined that the woman had staged the supernatural event as part of a rather clever ruse aimed at thwarting an arranged marriage her parents had orchestrated. Wishing to marry her boyfriend instead, she concocted this curious scene, which allowed her enough time to flee her home and run off with the young man who was a proverbial Romeo to her Juliet. Oh my God. So right now the couple are still missing, and the family is got the police hired to look for the daughter. They want her drugged back to the family.
Okay. And this is our new segment, Weird Shit from India.
The one that
I will be doing no work on developing this segment whatsoever or
I
bringing you elements for it.
well, this changes. I mean, it's like okay. Do you know where the whole Valentine's Day? Do you know anything about the whole history of Saint Valentine's?
It was a bloody massacre.
No, there was there was a mass. Yeah, there was a massacre, but that's not the root of the whole thing.
I don't care, Raven.
Well, it has to do with Rome. You might care. I'm surprised you don't
Not
know this.
not that much.
I can't remember which emperor it was. Outlawed. None of the men enlisted in the army were allowed to get married
Yeah,
because they were
that's
having too many guys leaving. You know, abandoning their post and going home if they were out. You know, for long periods of time.
yeah.
So he banned marriage. So in order to get married, if you wanted to stay in the Roman army, they got married in secret. And this Saint Valentine became a saint because he was a priest, and he went against the emperor's orders and went ahead and married these couples in secret. You know, these little small things out in the woods or whatever, and got caught. And then he was thrown in jail, and he stayed there in jail. And the story then deviates. There's like two of them, and in fact, there's like two different Saint Valentines. It gets a little bit confusing, but the gist of it is the jailer had a daughter, and while he was imprisoned, he fell in love with this jailer's daughter, who would come and bring him supper every night. Not him; it would bring her dad supper every night, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And then he wrote on the day of his execution, he wrote her this little love letter, and he signed it, "Love, your Valentine." And that's how the whole bit of sending Valentines and little love notes and things like that supposedly started.
Sounds like a just so story.
Well,
Could have happened though.
you know, hey,
It's all. It's
okay.
all. It's all. It's. Here's the story I heard. This company that owned a bunch of card stores.
Here we
Uh,
go. Yeah,
what was that famous?
I like my version much better. Mine's more flowing and romantic and
What was that very
yummy.
popular? It started with an L, I think.
An L.
Uh,
Hallmark.
yeah, it was the Hallmark
H,
card.
but that's okay.
Yeah, that doesn't start with an L. Yeah, it
Only
doesn't
like
start
5
with an
letters
L.
off, but you know,
Yeah,
okay.
whatever. I could have been thinking about something else, but yeah, it was the Hallmark.
4 letters off.
Whatever, Raven. Who cares?
I know it. I'm just doing to you what you do to me.
Yeah, and because I know
you
how to
like
tell
it?
you, and because I know how to say "who cares," I don't get all flustered and shit. This is how
You
letting things
niggling
roll.
me, I can niggle right back.
Neg, neg.
Niggle,
Niggle's
whatever.
something you do with kids or something. I don't know. Maybe your girlfriend. I don't know. It sounds like something Epstein would be up to.
Oh God, don't even say that name. I'm gonna vomit. It,
Yes, you should vomit.
it makes your mouth
The,
go green.
the actual cannibalism is the least disturbing thing that guy did.
I know, and I'm so sick of hearing it. It's just so. I don't want to know. I've tuned it out. I have turned it off, tuned it out. I'm not watching any more videos. I'm not listening to any of that, any more of it. It's disgusting and it's whatever. I don't need to know.
I just
You know,
why aren't there mass executions? That's the question you just.
why is there just
Epstein,
an
why aren't
arrest?
there mass? Why aren't there mass
Not an
executions?
arrest, but you know, they're not. If they did that, there was somebody who was quoted, and I don't think it was Pam Bondi, but somebody was quoted saying that if they went after everybody that's on that list, we would have a total government shutdown.
Yeah, no. You saw what she did the other day.
Yeah, she
They're-
started talking about the stock market when they asked questions about the
yeah, it's like
S, you know, Epstein thing, whatever. Yeah, she totally changed the subject on him. So I mean,
Yeah.
that right there is very telling. And you know, it, there's not going to be any arrests. There's not going to be any.
you know,
So I mean, they've been doing this forever. These cults are ancient. They go way back to Mesopotamia, over 2,000 years. They've been doing this shit for a long time. They're going to continue to do this shit. Nobody's going to stop them.
and you know what you need to do with your story is integrate one of them. You had the bad guy, one of those Mesopotamian cults, eating kids.
Moloch, that was more Phoenician, I think, but
Not just out now. It's Yahweh.
it's Canaanite,
It's a Yahweh cult.
Philistine, Canaanite. Anyway, yeah, and it's still there. It's
Raven,
in
do you
Bohemian
hear me?
Grove. It's
It's a Yahweh cult.
well, yeah, it's a Yahweh cult, absolutely, and
It's a
it
Yahweh
also
cult.
has to do. I mean, Bohemian Grove has a statue of Moloch, and the
It's not Moloch.
yeah, it
It's
is.
a statue of Yahweh.
No, there's an owl. Moloch.
No. I don't care. It's a statue of Yahweh.
No,
You can rename it all you
got a
want.
lion. No. Yahweh and Yaldabaoth are the same thing, and that is a lion head on a human body.
I don't care. Those people are Yahweh
That's
worshippers.
Yahweh Yaldabaoth in the
The,
Gnostic. But Moloch is also
those
part
are
of that.
freaking Yahweh worshippers, and
Moloch is
they're
an
eating
owl or a
babies.
bull.
They're eating
Yeah,
freaking babies,
yeah.
and Alex Jones is there to cover up for them.
See, no, he's not there to cover up. He's exposed
Most,
them. He
yeah,
started 20 years
no.
ago. Alex
Nor,
Jones was right. People thought he was crazy.
normalizing a thing by making it sound ridiculous is a part of a cover up routine, Raven.
He's not. He's not part of the.
No. When you make something sound crazy, that's a technique of covering things up.
Okay, that may be true, but I don't think that's true in the case of Alex Jones.
It most certainly is.
How so? He
Because
hates people.
he no, he doesn't.
Yes,
He married one.
What do you mean he married one? What?
He married a Yahweh worshiper.
Oh, a Christian. Okay,
No.
or Jew, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
He married a baby.
not all of them do that. You can't put them all in the same boat there.
My story is I burn them all and let Lucifer sort them out. That's the Gnostic statement, is that the true God is Lucifer and that the demon took over heaven or something like that. Look, Raven's breaking stuff. She knows I'm fucking with her. Oh,
You're okay. Anyway, it's just
it's evil.
yeah.
And the fact that it's being covered up right in front of your face and being
Yeah.
set
I
aside.
don't care. I don't care anymore.
Well,
I
you
can't
should.
anymore.
You should be there with your shotgun actually doing
Um,
something.
you know, I'm not participating in it. Nobody that I know of is participating in it. And if
That
I
you
found out they
think.
were, I would, I don't know how I would handle that. But anyway, I decided to kind of stay more in my own sphere because we're not here to save the world. We can't save the world anyway. It's too far gone. Okay. There's a major reset coming anyway. There's going to be a pole flip in 2046. So
Yeah, that doesn't change
it's just going to
anything.
be there's going to be a total restart, and it needs to be a restart. I don't want to be here on the planet when all that shit goes down, though. Okay,
Yeah, because you'd have to do something about it.
I'm not into survivalist crap. I don't want to have to build a little camping stove and eat my cats, or watch other people eat my cats. That's even worse, like you.
I'll be over there. I'll be over there tomorrow to eat that
I will
cat.
have to murder you or murder anybody that comes after my cats. I tell you. Anyway,
No, we're gonna force feed the cats to you to fatten you up before dinner.
I'd rather eat my toenails. I will not eat one of my cats, so it's not happening.
I've gotten too fat to reach my toenails anymore.
That just about came out my nose. What? Oh my god.
Well, you said eat your toenails.
Yeah.
You gotta eat them fresh off the toes.
Oh god. We don't want to talk about the whole cannibalism thing is so far over the top. It's so sickening. I can't even stand it. It's just
Oh no,
not even letting
I used to be able to bite my toenails off my feet.
Why would you ever do something? Now, that's bored.
No, that's being athletic.
Or too lazy to get up and go get the toenail clippers out of the bathroom drawer, right?
What are your toenail clippers? Do I look female to you?
Well, that's gross.
Here's my toenail clipper right here.
Oh, that's disgusting. I can't even. No, no,
So
no.
it's also where I keep my fingernail clippers.
Oh God, no! Don't even go there. This makes me. Ugh, I can't do that. Anyway,
You bite the nail off like a real man.
well, since I'm not a man, I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, well,
Right.
that's
Uh,
besides the point.
that's beside the point. I know. So I mean,
Oh,
I've even considered this week of really changing my whole show around and the whole.
you've
Uh,
been saying that for a year.
it's no, I haven't,
Yeah,
because some of this stuff is just thrown out there. There's psyops all over the place just to kind of mislead people and misdirect people. And there's
I've
I,
been telling you that for.
I have been well. I know you have. And I've taken you seriously, and so I really did a lot of research in December and January, and took some
Yeah,
deep dives into.
watching YouTube videos is not research.
I use books. I use books and articles and things like that too. Um, and Oftentimes I'll watch the video, and if it's a credible video, they'll list some of their sources or whatever, and then I go to those sources.
Yeah,
But
but if those sources are just like other
anyway, and I try to
nutcases.
triangulate information, getting at least three sources saying the same thing that are not related or connected to each other in any way. Um,
That's a good policy
yeah, that's what I do. But
if it's
anyway,
real. If
there's
it's real,
there's just some stuff out there you just have to take on intuition,
yeah,
or a faith in the reputation of the people that you're getting the information from, because there's no way to prove it. You know, uh, I can't go up to the White House and say, "Hey, man, you smuggling kids downstairs?" Right? They're going to have me off in the paddy wagon in 2 seconds if they don't blow my head off first.
yeah,
So, and so many things are a psyop, especially the UFO thing, and
all of it,
pretty much all of it. Yeah,
all of it.
this is technology that is ours for the most part.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's like, okay, you've got people who were drinking the grain alcohol and had a delusion. You got the people who don't understand some swamp gas phenomenon, swamp gas being a general term for weird phenomenons. Uh, and then you've got like governments using that to, like, your government specifically, because it's only ever your government, using that to like cover up other shit. So you take all those weird
You,
phenomenons
you
and
are
then you build
forgetting a big category here. You are
people just lying as well.
you are forgetting the servicemen, the airmen of this country, of other countries. We had a hearing on this here in
Yeah.
America. We had pilots from Iran, we had pilots from France, from England, from Germany, from Russia, all coming in stating testimony. These are men, servicemen.
Yeah, so those are
They
guys.
got their honors, their medals, and these guys are combat hardened dudes that are
So,
saying there's
th-
something in the air and we don't know what the fuck it is.
those guys are just as fallible as anyone else, Raven.
But they're
They're
not
they're
they're not Joe Bob Billy who has a
no,
moonshine
no, no.
still, who sees a
Some
UFO at night.
some of them are stupider. Don't forget, you don't want to know how much G-force exposure can damage your brain. It's why the average combat
Well,
pilot
if they're
has a
that
6 year
incompetent, then
service.
why do we allow them to have driver's licenses after flying in the plane? See, this is where sometimes your logic breaks down. You just throw shit out there
They
to
they
see
give
what sticks.
driver's license. I could get a driver's license.
Well, if they're that incapacitated from having been exposed to a G force, then how the hell do they function in normal society? And
Be-
why would we let them behind the wheel of a car if they're that
because
fucked up?
first of all, have you ever driven a car? They let you have a license, right, Ben?
Yeah, well, I'm not exposed to G forces. You're trying to
Yeah.
tell me
No, no. I'm just saying, like
because they're exposed to these G forces, they could make stuff up, see things,
yes,
and not
yes,
be
yes.
competent
One of
witnesses.
Raven, one of the things that having rapid G forces applied to your brain is blacking out. One
Yeah,
of the things you do before blacking out is start to see things.
but what if they don't have any instances of having blocked? blacked out.
Doesn't matter. This
Anyway,
is the pressures that lead to seeing things happen at a lower rate than blacking out
you
does.
know how ridiculous that sounds.
It doesn't matter if it sounds ridiculous. It's true.
I mean, that one time they pass out from a G force doesn't mean that they're not
Yeah,
going to
well,
be accurate witnesses for the rest of their life. Is that what you're implying?
no, but if you
Well,
see something, okay,
they
so
saw a
if you
UFO and
black
they didn't black out. Did they see a
Raven,
UFO?
Raven, if you black out at like say 6 Gs,
Yeah,
right? Because but you might start seeing something at like 4 or 5 Gs
right.
because you saw that thing. Doesn't mean you forget you saw that thing.
Okay.
It was totally faking your brain because your brain is starving from anemia or whatever the fuck the G forces do.
What if you saw the thing when you weren't really high altitude at that 40 and you didn't pass out? Then what?
Because you never got to the point of passing out doesn't matter. I'm
Yes, it
saying
does.
that
You're saying that because they
no, I'm saying
there's stuff messing with their brain because they end up passing out. I'm
no,
saying, what if you don't pass out?
no. Stop. I'm saying the you can pass out. I'm saying the pressure that causes you to start seeing things happens before the pass out part.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah. I
you
got
never
that.
get
No.
if you never get to the
What
pass
if
out
you
part,
don't? Yeah.
but you still get to the part where you have enough pressure that causes you to start seeing things.
Okay, that would be an altitude thing.
It could be an altitude or a speed thing. G forces is the amount of speed, right?
So,
G 1 G
in
is
order
the
for
constant.
a UFO report then to be accurate by your standards, they have to be at a certain level of G's, having not passed out
No,
at a certain speed, right? So then, if those numbers are low enough and they didn't pass out and they saw a UFO, then what?
I'm saying that I doubt anything that comes from a person in the air. From one, especially if they're moving fast.
Well, how the guys from World War II all came back. The term Foo Fighters, the band Foo Fighters, that whole
Yeah,
term Foo Fighter comes from those orbs of light all of them saw.
yeah,
They
and
were taking down some of our boys in their planes.
yeah, well,
Yeah,
they're saying that.
yeah, they are saying
I
that.
don't know if it's true. It could be. Something happened over there. Like something happens. Like I can't see my hand right
It
now,
wasn't just a
but
single incident. They saw them repeatedly. The
you know,
British saw them also.
yeah,
All the Allies saw these things at various times. Yeah.
yeah.
So these
Well,
reports come in from varied men
yeah.
and varied nationalities.
Yes, various phenomenon
Incredible.
that have been explained or could be explained. Like this is the thing is a lot of the stories in which phenomenons have been explained do not get discarded.
Look, if they were making this shit up, why would they buy
Look,
go to the expense
you
and
said to me
and
you said to
travel?
me you were going to disbelieve these stories now. When I started pushing you into the method of disbelieving them, you started
I'm
acting
not
like you
saying that.
believe them.
Okay, let me clarify. Not everything that we see up there is something from another planet or another solar system. A lot of the stuff I'm finding is ours.
No,
Those
no,
that are this whole thing with UFOs has been hijacked for a psyop. There's so many different misleading things in there. It's just ridiculous.
no,
But I'm saying there are actual
no,
ones
no.
that are
I'm going
credible.
to tell you.
The ones I find credible are the ones from the servicemen,
Yeah, well,
the
those are the ones you
pilots.
should probably
Now there's
find the least
also
credible.
there's also pilots that are flying commercial flights that have
Yeah,
had some weird shit happen to them.
yeah,
And those still there again, they could be our stuff that they're just trying
yeah.
to mess with them a little bit so that they will file a report and everyone will think, just
Well,
continuing on the story, the whole hoax of
well,
stuff.
it's
You know?
you're seeing something that you don't understand or know the phenomenon of, or
And it
like,
defies our laws of physics, though. That's the key. That's the linchpin in this whole thing.
yeah. Well,
We don't
yeah,
know what
but
kind of physics that these things are how they're able to
once
do
again,
that.
it's a phenomenon you don't understand. Not you personally, but the pilot or whatever, and your brain fills in details. The brain does that. The brain will
I
fill in
know that.
details that
Yes,
aren't
I
there.
agree with you there. That is true. That is true.
Um,
Okay, these guys, they try to be. They're trained in the military. They are trained witnesses. Most
uh,
uh, the ones that are in the service are.
yeah.
Just like
Mm,
cops are. So they'd
no, I
have
would
they'd
never trust a cop to be a
they have
witness
a little
for
bit
anything.
more than your average citizen who hasn't had any of that or even thought
Yeah.
about it. Okay, so the credibility factor is up a few notches here when you're talking about law enforcement and military. So it's not
Yeah.
your housewife hiding out behind the shed smoking a joint sees a UFO and files a report with MUFON. Okay, this is a little bit more advanced. You know what I'm saying? Those
Yeah, she
happen.
files a report with
But
Avon, not MUFON.
this is too stoned and makes him spin there on the computer. That's funny. All right.
No. Avon sold the makeup and the Tupperware, and
Yeah.
there's that little section in the order catalog. If you have any questions, what's this thing I saw? Was it vapor lock?
It was swamp gas, ma'am. Smoke another joint. Go
Are you interested in our new M series of Tupperware containers?
home. We even have matching napkins. You know. And
Oh,
if you buy such a we'll give you a free salt and pepper matching design with that.
yeah.
Okay, so
That's only available if you buy that amount. So you
Project
can't just
Blue
order
Book.
it on its own.
Project Blue Book is very compelling because here we have a
Oh,
college professor.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. To the audience out there, I apologize right now. I got her on this rabbit hole, and she thinks she's on the wrong show.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Go watch Dark Skies, not Falling Skies. Dark Skies.
Okay, so are we ready to write again?
If you want to,
What time is it?
we got 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay.
No, we can yell about. Do you want to look at the block two?
Sure. Yes, let's do that.
Yeah, block two. You got the document? I can pull it up.
No, I did not save it.
You can just
Oh,
go
wait a
to
minute.
the.
Wait. You sent it to me on Messenger, though, right?
Yeah.
Here. I can pull it up.
Is it
Here.
here? What the?
Marco Polo.
Polo.
Oh, this is going to be hard because this is going to conflict with Restream, and it's going to give me. I'm going to be cutting out because I can't open anything on Facebook and have Restream on because that's when we get the worst connection stuff.
Okay. You can't just download it or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Or wait, I can.
We'll see how.
Uh,
Right now, I'm still getting the little circle thing trying to get into Facebook here. So let me see.
is this big enough for you?
Let me flip back here.
Let me close this.
Yeah, that's fine.
Uh,
That's fine.
I'll close this. Okay. Block two.
Okay, so to refresh, block 1 from last week was
Okay.
just okay, was the arrival, the disturbance, and commitment in your story, right?
Yeah.
Introduce the protagonist, their normal world, and the problem that will not leave them alone. Okay, right. And by the end of the block, the protagonist, if you stop flipping around here, hold on.
Sorry.
All right. By the end of this block, the protagonist must be committed to the story, whether they want to be or not. Okay. So then you go through corporate. Okay. Now let's go on to block 2.
Yeah. Block 2.
All right, great. Okay, so block two is the escalation complication. Purpose: make the story harder, introduce opposition, obstacles, and consequences. Every attempt to move forward should increase cost or danger. So, core questions for block two would be: what stands in the protagonist's way? How do their plans fail or partially succeed? What opposition becomes active? And what new costs appear?
Yes.
Like chapters roughly 5 through 8. So then,
Yeah.
chapter five, first attempts, main function of the chapter, scene ideas. Okay, here's some
Yeah.
scene ideas. So number one is what action is taken.
Yes.
What does not? Oh, excuse me. What does it not work cleanly? Or why? Excuse me. Blah.
I was like, what?
Like what the hell?
Why does it not work cleanly?
Sometimes when I'm reading out loud, my brain is somewhere else, and I started thinking about something completely unrelated to this. All of a sudden, just my mind will just like shift and take exit stage left while I'm
Yeah,
reading it. And I hate that.
that's
So please forgive me.
attention deficit disorder.
SAD. Yeah, I know. They used to give me medication for that, and then they cut me off.
Yeah, because it can fuck you as
Bastards.
an adult.
Yeah, well, it was actually quite helpful at the time. I wish they'd give it back to me.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
You can talk to a doctor about it.
Rewind. I don't have a doctor. I don't go to doctors anymore.
Well, you should look into that. Not all of them are quacks.
Hmm.
Just the ones that will give you herbalist remedies are.
That's not true.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not even gonna. Don't get me started. Don't trigger me. Okay, here we go. Number two. Why does it not work cleanly? Number three. What unexpected reaction occurs? I'll show you what an unexpected reaction is, and yeah, you guys see that every week, don't you know? I got to stop letting him trigger me. Okay, who is watching or responding? Probably not many because we get off on so many tangents. I think we lose everybody, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Those two are at it again. Here we
got
go.
a couple of people.
Okay, number five. What new problem is created?
Yes.
Okay, chapter 6. Complications multiply. Now they do that very well on their own, don't they?
Yes, and you this is one of the things you got to think of when placing like that. That's why I suggested like a thing you could have done with that author that you're writing is have your character find him dead, because that would have been a complication. You don't have to do that, obviously, but it's an option. If you need a complication and you have nothing to do with them,
No, this is
kill
her
him off.
love interest. I can't turn this into
Well,
her
that's all.
tragedy.
That's also a complication, right?
I will want to write it. It'll be too depressing.
You got to fridge the guy and book 3 or 4 though.
Somebody else, the bookstore owner or somebody can get killed in a weird macabre kind of way or something, but I not in the first book. Anyway,
No. That's why I said he gets fridged in book 2 or 3. Maybe
I don't know.
fridging. I'll explain that to you later.
I'll think about it. I got a ways to go before I'm there. Anyway, chapter 6. Complications multiply. The main function of the chapter, some scene ideas are: what gets more difficult? Or what resource becomes scarce? What trust is strained? What mistake is made? What does the protagonist misunderstand? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one right there. That's a really good one. Okay.
You could be thinking that the author is like a love interest, but he's actually the cult leader.
or he's not interested in. He's only interested in same-sex relationships.
Yeah.
It go either way, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There was something else at the bottom I didn't read yet. Did I?
Oh no.
Okay. What is protagonist misunderstanding? Okay. Chapter 7. Rising opposition. Main function of the chapter. Some scene ideas are: who or what pushes back directly? What is threatened? What line is crossed? What information changes the situation, or what false confidence appears?
Yeah. And
then we have the peak of escalation here, the main function of chapter, some scene ideas. Okay, pre-midpoint. What looks like progress? What cost is ignored? What warning is missed? Or what pressure becomes unavoidable? what sets up the midpoint turn.
Yes, and the midpoint turn is just
Just
one chapter,
the middle of the book,
block three.
block 3.
It's,
Okay.
we could do it quickly now because it's only one.
Okay. Block 3, midpoint turn. Flip the story. The protagonist gains crucial insight, suffers a major loss, or discovers the truth of what they are really dealing with. That could be
Yeah,
interesting. After this chapter, the story cannot proceed the same way. She's a shapeshifter.
yeah. Well, it's like you're bumbling in the dark, and then you find the light switch, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, chapter 9, the midpoint revelation or reversal. Scene ideas. What truth is revealed or proven? What belief collapses? Oh, that's
Oh,
good. What changes in the protagonist's goal or approach? And what is now impossible to ignore? That's a
yeah.
good one. That's a good one.
Yes.
I like that one.
Okay, and we'll take this up on Monday, I
Okay.
guess,
Yeah, yeah.
for
All right. Great.
the next block or two.
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to figure that stuff out.
It's supposed to rain all day tomorrow, and I think I might try to do a little bit more writing and kind of fill in, get this done. So, because now I'm really excited about going to the coffee shop and
Yeah.
meeting the antagonizer, the villain, or like
Food
you
Bear
said,
too.
the henchman of the villain. Actually,
Yeah.
I liked that idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
you still with us, Renee?
Yeah. She's probably still out there.
I can't see the
I'm pulling it back up.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, she hasn't said anything since fictional character.
Okay. All right. I don't know if
Uh,
you're still with us or not, but very excited. I hope that you do continue that short story that
yeah.
you had shared with us. I love that, and I'd like to know what happens. And I've thought about that story quite a lot.
hmm
Um,
hmm
so yeah, I encourage you if you're feeling it. Oh, she is still with us. There she is. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing this information. Oh, you're most welcome.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Well,
being with us.
you got the whole document, Renee. So you can.
Oh, good. You send it to her. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I sent it
Okay.
at the same time. I sent it to her before I sent it to you
Okay. All right.
with
Cool.
the exact same message. I just cut and pasted it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to
Uh,
send you a link, Renee, to this board that I made on Pinterest,
yeah.
all about writing, and it's got some neat little things about synonyms, some different, you know, like a list of words to choose from. I found that very helpful, and
hmm
some just sentence structure, some story ideas. It's just kind of a hodgepodge of all kinds of stuff, all about writing. So
hmm
maybe you'll find it useful, maybe not. But anyway, I'll send you a link. All right, we'll see you Monday.
Okay. Party on, everybody.
Party
I'm gonna
on.
hit the end stream.